Hey cuties, it's your girl Tana Too Cute. So we are now in season 6, episode 16, Relentless Pursuit. So in this episode, it says as Zach and Fatima struggles with the fallout of custodial care, Sabrina and Maurice discover their fate. I'm sick of them. Karen realizes that the studio damage may lose her. And the livelihood. Who fault is that? Did anybody tell her to tear up the check? But let's talk about it.
I feel good.
Wait a minute. Who
I know that I would know. Wow.
Okay, so the episode started out with where it left off at, of course, at Zach's house. So Heather came over with the police, wanted him to be arrested and charges to be brought upon Zach. And the police was like, is this the father? You want to arrest the father? Like, he couldn't really, believe that's what she was actually saying. She almost got kind of caught up in her words, because you want him to be arrested, but he's the father. Oh no. So, but Zach was like, just let me have my son. You're not treating him right anyway. If you love him, then you wouldn't allow him to be treated so badly. Look, Heather is all about the money in this whole situation. She don't care about, how that boy's being treated. Talking about he's slow. How you gonna say that about your own child? But anywho, so she talking, allowing the other girls at the club to get in her ear to get more money out of Zach. But Zach basically just want his son. He'll take care of him. Next, we get to Hayden and Tamara. Y'all, when Hayden opened up that door and Tamara was at the door, he was glowing like sun. I mean, the sun, he just saw the sun. I don't know. He just started glowing like that made his day. But basically, she was saying that she was coming by to get a few things. And, he wanted to basically work it out. He wanted to try at least 6 months of them, just seeing if it works. And she was, willing to do that, but Hayden hit her with the post-nup. And she's like, what is a post-nup? Well, of course, a post-nup is going to protect him, after the marriage, if things, doesn't work after the marriage. So, and she was like, she's not signing anything. Hayden is so gullible. I mean, he went for it. I mean, because he's just that desperate to be with this girl. Hayden hasn't had real love, and it shows. So he's willing to accept anything just to have that piece of love that he's missed for so long. So we're going to see how this turn out. But I really think, she's falling for him for real, but at the same time, she's still looking for something, because she's still, working for Fatima, in this whole situation. But I think she has another plan, a side plan, aside from her and Fatima. So let's just see how that's going to play out. And then we get to Sabrina and Maurice. We're going to see a couple of scenes with them back and forth. But in the first scene, we see them in the car. They're on their way to Andy's office. And, the district attorney calls Sabrina. And he wanted to meet with her, but he couldn't say what he wanted to meet with her about. They can only, he can only disclose that in person. So we'll come back to that in just a minute. Then we have Pam and Karen. They at the shop. Pam is already at the shop because one of the contractor is there, assessing the building to see what kind of damages are being done. But look, did y'all kind of see, where is Karen bump? Where did it go? Because I could not tell where her bump was. Now in the last episode when she had the little brown goldish looking dress on, you saw more of a bump. But in this episode, her bump looked like it just went away. But that may be just me. Maybe I just can't see right. Anywho. But, Karen, was saying that, Pam was telling Karen the contractor was a nice looking guy and, she might, like him. But Karen was like, hey, I just want to be by myself. And Pam was like, well, of course, you got to talk to Aaron because he got to take care of his baby. And Karen was so adamant, this is Zach's baby. And Pam was like, are you sure? And she was like, yes, I'm sure. Girl, you don't know if that's that baby. When did y'all, get tested with DNA? Tell us that. So the contractor came out, y'all, out the building. There was old Shy that play on the Shy. So he played on a few other shows, but I happen to review the Shy. So he's married, so they kind of, shut Pam down, and Pam was like, I don't need all that anyway, that drama. He married and got 7 kids. So she was like, you can take that Brady Bunch, family on somewhere else. Pam, she's silly. But all in all, he did say that the shop wasn't too bad, just gonna need some cosmetic work, but it can get expensive. So we'll just see how she ends up, paying for all that. We know that Andy is going to be helping her, but is that going to help her as well, or write another check? We'll see. Right, Zach shows up to the office with Fatima. He's kind of running late because, of course, Heather held him back with the police. So him and Fatima is talking in the hallway. Sabrina and Maurice, they walks in because, of course, they're meeting Andy to meet with their DA. And but look, did y'all see how Maurice was looking at Zach? I mean, he was just mean mugging him the whole time. And he's like, don't nobody see me and nobody gonna speak to me. So I thought that was really funny there. But now we get to Sabrina, Maurice, and Andy, in the office, and Andy just basically telling them to keep calm. The DA is going to come to the office and, they're going to talk about whatever it is that he needed to, talk to them about. Y'all, Maurice kind of really shined in this episode to me. He was calling Andy a bitch, and Andy was like, hey, don't call me that. You don't even know me like that. He was like, oh, I just use that B word, just regularly, B, so don't get offended, B. And she was like, don't call me that. Okay, ho. Maurice shined in this episode. I got to give him his props this go round. So they did finally meet with the DA in the conference room. And of course, we saw in a previous episode where the DA was meeting with the detective. And the detective basically was real hungry to close a case. So the DA shared with them that he was dropping the charges against Maurice and Sabrina. And baby, did we all feel a relief, that weights was lifted off our shoulders. I felt that. So all the charges, they have proof and evidence that everything was on Quincy. And on top of that, that DA knew the bank manager. So they're going to be able to get their jobs back. So we saw this in the preview of the season where they said, let's celebrate. So this is what they're going to actually be celebrating. So I was really happy for Sabrina and Maurice and with this information. So the last scene that really, stood out to me is the guy and Danny. Of course, the guy, I can't remember his name, that they went on a date with. So, Danny is really, I'm really kind of, getting irritated with Danny because you're going to allow this guy to come in and mess up what you started with Preston. Y'all finally, getting on the same page with things, and you're gonna let this guy come in and mess everything up for you. So I'm about ready to be done with Danny. Now that's what I'm about ready. But they was just talking about, recapping the date night, that they had fun. Danny all smiling and kikiing. And the guy gonna say, you like me. like, how he gonna be that confident that she like him? I mean, she don't even know you like that dude. But at the end, Preston did walk up and was like, what about Preston? So, baby, when Danny turned around, whoo, we gonna see what is going to happen after this. Because I think we saw in the preview of the season, the trailer, where they may be kind of in a tussle. So we'll see, in the next episode. I'm gonna also, share my thoughts on the next episode 17. Probably do it as a short. Share my thoughts on that. Y'all just stay tuned. Make sure y'all liking up the video. Hit subscribe. And y'all comment. Let me know what you think about this episode. And look, y'all have a good day on purpose. Bye.